Some of the specific advantages of lecture are presented by Vavali. Lecture vitalizes ideas which too often appear cold and impersonal on printed page. It serves to channel the thinking of all students in a given direction, and at the same time allows for clarification of and increased emphasis upon important points. Lecture is excellent for introducing a new topic, for giving perspective to the class, and for summarizing what should have been learned. It is readily adaptable to the needs, interests, and background knowledge of each particular group of students. And lastly, it is economical of time and materials. The disadvantages of lecture. In lecture, only the teacher does the talking and the student plays a passive role. It is a one-way communication between teacher and students. Here, the teacher is never sure if the students are concentrating and understanding the subject matter being taught. Students who are not auditory learners or who lack note-taking skills may struggle with the lecture strategy of teaching. And lastly, it cannot be used for achieving psychomotor objectives because lecture provides very little scope for student activity. Now let's talk about didactic questions. Didactic questions tend to be convergent, factual, and often begin with what, where, when, and how. According to McNeil and Wiles, didactic questioning offers the teacher a way to structure the learning process. Didactic questions can be effectively used to diagnose recall and comprehension skills, to draw on prior learning experiences, to determine the extent to which lesson objectives were achieved, provide practice, and to aid retention of information or processes. It can also be used as a way to actively engage students in lectures. The didactic questions are effective techniques that seek to draw the student into the lecture as a participant. Teachers should remember that didactic questions can be simplistic. It can encourage guessing and it can discourage insightful answers or creativity. It should be noted though that these questions alone will not evaluate the higher order thinking of the students. However, the effectiveness of didactic questions can be increased by the appropriate addition of why and what if questions. Ask students more difficult why and what if questions, those with the answers that will really determine if the students understand the topic. That would be all from my end, and thank you for listening.